All right, well, welcome to VMware Explore 2023. I'm sitting here today after all the great announcements that we've had this week with a SVP of Products, Mr. John Gilmartin. John, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Also joining the conversation is my good friend, Mr. Rick Walsworth. He's one of the VMware Cloud experts. Rick, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate being here.
Yeah, really. So lots of great announcements this week. I think it's something that internally we've been talking about for a long time. I've heard it referred to as like the evolution of VMware Cloud, and I'd like to just talk a little bit about that. So and let's just wrap in any announcements or updates that you've been talking about this week here.
Yeah, absolutely. VMware Cloud is fundamentally about delivering a consistent multi-cloud infrastructure as a service, right? So what we're doing here is continue to evolve that story and continue to deliver more innovation to go help make that a reality for our customers. I mean, the reality is our customers, all of them are multi-cloud, and what we have an opportunity is help them realize that and help them have a consistent way in which they manage their applications across all of those multi-cloud environments.
Yeah, I think the story that I've heard from a lot of customers this week in general has just been about like trying to think about the solutions based on the application. Don't let the infrastructure or the hardware drive the decision-making process. It needs to be led by the application, and because there's so many different ways to consume these various products that have cloud services requirements. Some new products are going to be using GPUs that need. So there's so many different ways to actually have cloud that having a solution like VMware Cloud that can actually consume all of those, I think is going to be really successful.
Yeah, the idea is, I think we've talked about the idea of cloud smart, right? To your point, right? It's just, what does the application need? What does the business need? And let's make a decision about where to run the application based on that. Do you want to run it in Amazon? Do you want to run it on premises? And what we can do is, with our partnerships, is make that a lot easier, right? And help with connecting that together from a networking standpoint, connect that together from a management standpoint, and help customers with the reality of where they are today, which is they're going to run hybrid environments and multi-cloud environments.
Okay, so we're talking about VMware Cloud as this bigger thing, but I think a lot of folks should know, and if they don't, it's important to know what is the foundation of that, being VMware Cloud Foundation, right?
A little play on the words there, Pete.
Little play on the words there.
Leading question there,
That's my side job.
Yeah, so what we've been trying to say is that your journey starts on premises, right? So if you can build a solid cloud operating model, leveraging that consistent infrastructure, and then now deploy that across into any of the cloud properties, as John said, now you have a strategy that's much more consistent and it allows you to deploy these in a much smarter fashion.
Yeah, and because the choice there is, hey, you might want to manage it yourself, right? So we have the option to run VMware Cloud as a customer-managed solution, or hey, you might want to have a partner manage it. Maybe you want one of our cloud provider partners. We've got 4,000 cloud provider partners, or maybe you want Microsoft or Amazon or Google. Those all run that, or VMware can manage it for you, right? So there's a lot of flexibility and choice, but all of that sort of consistent infrastructure underneath, so you have the same experience regardless of where you're running that application.
And if you think about it, we've been on this journey now for the better part of 2 years, right? When we started introducing all the Plus editions that delivered those cloud capabilities on premises, now it opens the door, right? Now I can deliver cloud infrastructure on-prem that now has these native cloud services that allow me to do things like disaster recovery as a service, ransomware recovery. That's all enabled through that cloud connectivity.
Yeah, not everybody has that ability, right? So, some folks are going to say, well, we can't do those things because our infrastructure needs to be on-prem, but they find out that they actually can take advantage of those services and still be in a private cloud.
Exactly.
So I think the Plus offerings were pretty successful in that regard, and I love the fact that that's been a sort of like one of the pieces to the VMware Cloud story, aka VMware Cloud Editions. Some folks may remember those as VMware Cloud Packs. But I love the idea of giving that choice, whether it's connected, disconnected, having the ability to take advantage of all those add-on services. So
exactly.
Yeah, Cloud Editions, it's a way for us to sort of pre-package or predefine a set of solutions based on the customer's lifecycle and their journey, right? So some customers are really more around compute and compute automation, right? And we have a solution around that. Or there's some customers who are really fully software-defined end-to-end, right? Compute, storage, network management. And we have a Cloud Edition that really maps to that set of requirements, that set of capabilities.
Very nice. Last question for you, John. What is your top story? What is your type exciting thing that you either want to do this week or that you have already done this week at VMware Explore?
I mean, for me, VMware Explore is just such a great time to get together with people and hear and listen to customers. For example, I spent a couple days at our Customer Technical Advisory Board, and got a lot of interesting feedback around what they're focused on, some of their challenges, and so I just want to spend more time listening and learning from our customers and different organizations.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, John, short and sweet, thanks for joining us on the Virtually Speaking podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
All right, thank you.